What if project management actually works? Let's be honest about what usually happens. You start a project. Someone creates a beautiful roadmap, Gantt charts, milestones, clear deliverables. Everyone nods in the kickoff meeting. 2 weeks later, it's chaos. The developer who promised the feature by Friday is waiting on specs that were sent 3 days ago, but got buried in Slack. The designer made something gorgeous that solves the wrong problem because nobody bothered to clarify the actual requirement. The project manager sends their 5th gentle reminder email that everyone ignores. Meanwhile, the CEO keeps adding quick wins that derail everything. Deadlines slip, scope creeps, budgets explode, and when it finally ships 6 months late, everyone blames poor planning instead of admitting the truth. Nobody actually followed the plan. Why does this happen? Ego, the senior dev who refuses to admit they don't understand the architecture. The product manager who won't say, "I don't know," in front of stakeholders. The executive who can't resist meddling because trusting the process feels like losing control. Politics, the team that sandbags estimates to look like heroes when they finish early. The manager who hoards information to stay irreplaceable. The departments competing for budget instead of collaborating. Corruption, sometimes literal, often subtle. Contractors who drag timelines to bill more hours. Vendors who overpromise and underdeliver because the penalty for failure is less than the profit from the contract. Internal teams inflating complexity to justify headcount. But mostly, it's just human messiness. People get sick, they burn out, they have bad days, they misunderstand each other. They avoid confrontation until small problems become crises. So what if none of that happened? What if people actually did what they said they'd do when they said they'd do it? What if egos got checked at the door? What if transparency replaced politics? Projects finish on time. Not sometimes, consistently. The 3-month timeline actually means 3 months. Clients stop adding a buffer for inevitable delays because delays stop being inevitable. Trust replaces cynicism. Costs become predictable. Budgets aren't wild guesses anymore. When someone says a project costs $500,000, it actually costs $500,000. No surprise overruns, no emergency funding requests. CFOs stop having nightmares. Investors stop assuming every estimate is fantasy. Quality skyrockets. Because here's the thing, most bugs, most design flaws, most stupid mistakes happen when people are rushing to make up for lost time. When the timeline is real and respected, there's actually time to do it right. Code gets reviewed properly. Designs get tested with real users. Documentation exists and makes sense. Innovation accelerates. When you're not constantly firefighting, not always in crisis mode, you have mental space for actual creativity. Teams can experiment. They can try new approaches. They can learn from failures without getting crucified for them. People stop burning out. The 80-hour weeks disappear because they were never about the work volume. They were about compensating for chaos. When processes work, you can actually go home at 6 p.m. You can take vacations without your project imploding. Work becomes sustainable. Meritocracy becomes real. Right now, the people who get promoted are often the ones best at navigating politics, at looking busy, at taking credit. When project management works, performance becomes visible and measurable. The person who quietly delivers gets recognized. The person who talks a good game but ships nothing gets exposed. Communication becomes efficient. No more endless meetings that accomplish nothing. No more Slack threads with 47 messages that could have been one email. When everyone trusts the process, they trust the information in the system. They don't need to check and double-check everything. But here's where it gets weird. Maybe we don't actually want this. Maybe the dysfunction serves a purpose. The chaos creates plausible deniability. The delays give people room to maneuver. The ambiguity lets everyone claim success regardless of outcome. If project management really worked, there'd be nowhere to hide. Your contributions would be clear. Your failures would be obvious. Some people thrive in that environment. A lot of people don't. Or maybe the real problem is deeper. Maybe project management frameworks aren't broken. Maybe humans just aren't wired for them. We evolved for small groups with direct relationships, not complex multi-team coordination. We're good at improvisation, terrible at rigid processes. We value social harmony over brutal efficiency. So what if project management worked perfectly? We'd build more, faster, cheaper. We'd waste less time, money, and sanity. The world would genuinely improve. But we'd also discover which people were coasting on chaos, which companies survived on bullshit, which entire industries were built on inefficiency. And maybe, just maybe, we'd realize that the problem was never the methodology. It was always us. Like /subscription/comment.